What's going on, guys? It's K-Dub here with another episode of CryptoZombie. Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're having an excellent day. Are you tired yet? Are you tired yet of all-time highs every single day? The $1,000 daily candle has become the new normal for Bitcoin right now, right? And it's funny because when you think about $1,000 candle, it's actually a relatively small percentage move when you consider how high the Bitcoin price is, right? We actually got all the way up, you could see right here, to about $28,500. We did put in a new Bitcoin high. We had a little bit of a dump back down to $26,600, and we have continued upwards and sideways since then. It seems like the dip just continues to get bought, and there are a few things we need to talk about. Number one, we have literally the biggest Bitcoin CME futures gap we have ever seen in Bitcoin's history, also coinciding with the fact that Bitcoin has finally broken the $500 billion market cap. That's right, we are halfway to $1 trillion. This is legitimizing Bitcoin in the eyes of not only institutional investors, but the entire world is now finally recognizing Bitcoin for what it is, the greatest store of value. But I know what you're saying, K-Dub. We can't keep going any higher. It has to crash. It has to correct. We need that 30% correction. Well, you want to know something kind of funny? If we were to have a 30% correction from these levels, you're still only looking at about a $20,000 Bitcoin. Can you imagine the day that Bitcoin crashes to $20,000? My goodness, my friends, I think we've made it. But let's talk about what is happening right now, and let's talk about the next phase that Bitcoin is entering. In fact, we have entered the next level of the Bitcoin rainbow chart that I showed you guys. It was either in yesterday's video or 2 days ago, and I want to talk about why Bitcoin could start to accelerate like crazy to the point where we're not even going to be able to keep up with these daily candles anymore. You could see a 200,000 Bitcoin, $300,000 Bitcoin by the end of next year, but you know what? You could also potentially see $1 million Bitcoin in our lifetime, and it could happen sooner than later, and I'll tell you exactly what to expect, but we do have a slight word of caution. There could be some insane volatility come Monday, and I'll tell you why in just a bit. If that sounds good to you, you know what to do. If you're not subscribed, definitely consider it. And without further ado, let's dive directly into this amazing chart. Can you guys believe that right here, this right here, represents the Bitcoin all-time high, the previous all-time high back in 2017. Would you look at this chart? And what's crazy is zooming out, you know, if we put this into a log scale, obviously it helps to break it down so you can see, but all of this madness, all of this craziness leading up to the previous all-time high, if we take it at a log, it just looks like this. And that's exactly what's going to happen to this as well, my friends. You're literally going to see this price getting squashed down, and all of this madness will be nothing but a flittering, wavering dream. Is that a thing? Well, anyway, let's talk about the fact that Bitcoin dominance is over 70%. And you know, a lot of people have been asking me, K-Dub, why aren't you talking more about altcoins? Look, we had the altcoin season. Clearly right now has been the time to be holding Bitcoin. Now the time will come where you're going to want to shift some of that Bitcoin into the altcoins. And although right now, you know, you are seeing a lot of altcoins in the green based on the USD, if you actually switch this over to the Bitcoin comparative, not looking as great, guys. A lot of the altcoins are in the red. So you can see essentially what is happening right now is Bitcoin is dragging up all of the altcoins, but not a lot of them, maybe some smaller ones, but not many, can actually keep up with Bitcoin right now. So that's why I've been focusing on Bitcoin, all right? Once the altcoins, I think it's time, then we'll start looking at altcoins again. And you can see it's insane. We had a lot of volatility on this 4-hour candle, and look at how this dip just got bought right back up. Absolutely incredible. Now, we got way off our trajectory. Obviously, the trend has been our friend, but we're starting to put in another parabolic curve. We do know that these curves don't last forever. They are going to break to the downside. We do have a lot of support down here around the 24, 23, 22K levels, all right? But it does look like right now we are putting in potentially the largest CME futures gap we have ever seen. You know, if we actually stay up at around the $28,000 level, Yeah, you're looking at about a $5,000 CME futures gap. This gap would be absolutely massive. Obviously, it hasn't opened yet, but yeah, we're looking for, something like a gap like this. Absolutely insane. What does this mean? Will the gap get filled? Are they going to look to short it come Monday? Well, you guys know we've talked about gaps on the channel before, but CME futures, they will do that. That is what that's what they're known for, right? Filling those gaps. And by the way, guys, if you do want to trade Bitcoin on leverage, I don't recommend this for beginners. It can get a little bit crazy, but you can make a ton of money for every 1% that Bitcoin moves. If you're using 3x, 5x leverage, you can have 5% for every 1%. So yeah, you do the math. I mean, you have a 10% move. You're looking at a 50% gain, right? And you can also make money when Bitcoin goes down. Now, I would be very careful if you're looking to short Bitcoin right now, but if you do want to learn how to do that, how you can make money when Bitcoin goes up and when Bitcoin goes down, definitely check out Bybit tutorial popping up above. I do have links below. They have lots of bonuses that they offer, for deposits. You can get free money for trading, etc. So definitely check that out. I will have an updated tutorial for you guys because they've actually added a lot of new stuff to the exchange, but okay, let's talk about if you were to short it, right? Could Bitcoin actually have a pullback? Well, Trader XO, he says sellers nowhere to be found. RSI almost at 2017 level highs, but can remain overbought as price pushes higher. Looking for the 1.618 fib extension as a possible area to take some profit if it does go higher. And yeah, that pretty much is looking for around the $30,000 level. And if we were to go to $30,000 and we had that, massive correction all the way back down to 20K, still, that would be bullish for Bitcoin, right? And, we are going to have that correction. You can see right here, there's a ton of sell orders, especially a huge wall at around 30K over on, this right here is from Binance. So yeah, and the thing is when you're looking at this, you do look at sort of these round numbers. People right now are saying, oh, this is the top. Well, like Alex Kruger says, when an asset is trading all-time highs, there's literally no reference points from past trading history to use as levels. In that case, traders look at key round numbers and Fibonacci extensions. The Bitcoin levels that traders are looking at now are the nice round even number of 30K, and then you also have the round number and the fib up at 36K. So yeah, I mean, we're probably going to 30K, guys. I mean, it's just that psychological number. We could fall just short, hit like 29 something or slightly overshoot it, 30 something and then have the pullback, right? But I am not even remotely getting bearish on Bitcoin. In fact, you could see about these nice round numbers right back here. You can see Bitcoin was sort of hovering around the $20 level before the correction. Then right here, we were right around sort of the $150 level. Then Bitcoin got up to the $1,000 level. Then we had the $20,000 level. So obviously now I would say we're looking for probably that 30K level, right? That's that nice round number that we're actually looking for. But here is the insane thing right now. And we talked about this rainbow chart on the channel. And Eric Wall says, up until now, it's been nothing but child's play. As we're entering yellow, you'll start to feel an urge you didn't even know you had. This is where the sheep get separated from the flock and get eaten. If you sell here, you'll regret it for the rest of your life. Yellow means hodl. And you could see previously, once we get into this yellow zone of the rainbow, granted, yes, we did have a pullback way back here between 2013 and 2014, but that usually means acceleration time. Even when we had this dip right here, once we got back into the yellow, we shot right back up. You can have a look back here. Look, we peaked into the yellow, little dip right there, and then it was moon. And guess what, guys? Actually, I was going to report this, but Eric points out we've literally just entered back into the yellow. So this is not the time for selling. This is the time for accumulation. This is the time for hodling. This is the time for life-changing wealth to be made. And as Alex Kruger says, you don't need a model to value Bitcoin, but to understand supply and demand dynamics. Supply will forever go down. Demand has been increasing exponentially due to the macroeconomic conditions which are in play for the foreseeable future. That's all we need. There is no top. throw your technical analysis out the window. Yes, we can make fun trades here and there, but this is a different ball game, my friends. Something amazing is happening. Even venture capitalist Tim Draper says we're going to 10x Bitcoin from here. But like I said, and I retweeted this over on my Twitter, a lot of people do not understand Bitcoin is going to $1 million in our lifetime. It might even go to $5 million in our lifetime. Look at the current market caps of major asset classes. And like Danny says, this is just getting started. Look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin doesn't even register on this chart compared to gold, US dollars, global equities, government bonds, and real estate. Now, am I saying Bitcoin's going to overtake real estate? No, I don't ever think that would actually happen. I think land is always going to be it's a real tangible thing. I think it's always going to be worth more. But the question is, are we going to continue to price our land in dollars or in Bitcoin? Well, that is a story for another rainy day, but we have massive institutional interest. And if that wasn't enough for you, we have BlackRock, the world's biggest investment manager with $8 trillion in assets under management. Well, guess what? They're looking for a blockchain lead for their New York division. What do you think this means? Why do you think they're looking for this? Just because they're curious, they want to know a little bit about Bitcoin? No, it is because every single institution in the world is going to be absolutely FOMOing to get their hands on Bitcoin. Look at what the retail traders were able to do over the Christmas break. There hasn't even been any CME futures open all weekend. This is all retail that's been doing this. So absolutely insane, absolutely massive. And, guys, like I said, a lot of people ask me about altcoins, why I haven't been talking about altcoins. The reality is, yes, I think now is a great time for potential accumulation for altcoins that you believe in. But for me, I kind of like to just ride the wave. I'm not going to sit here and just accumulate if I know that Bitcoin is just going to be outperforming the majority of the altcoins, right? Yes, there are some that have done well. We've mentioned some on the channel, but that's essentially why I've focused on Bitcoin. Now, for me, moving forward, I do focus on altcoins that I think are going to have a big impact. I've talked a lot about Polkadot. We've mentioned Polkastarter, and they actually have, they're going to have Exceed Me coming out soon. And they say after selling out our private and pre-public rounds with 25 million oversubscription, we couldn't be more excited to announce that we will run a public raise on Polkastarter. Now, I am really excited for these guys because, number one, they are being built on Polkadot. You guys know I'm extremely excited about that. But here's what they say on their recent blog post. Now, they talk about the explosive growth of DeFi and the rise of NFTs, non-fungible tokens. Hugely bullish on that if you guys don't know from watching the channel. They're paving the way for how digital assets are used in video games, huge market. At Exceed Me, they say, we strongly believe that the future of DeFi won't be limited to a single blockchain. Neither do I. I think having these wars over whose blockchain is the best is silly. There's multiple car companies, there's multiple electronics companies, there's going to be multiple blockchains, right? But what we do need is that interoperability. And if you want to have NFTs and you want to transfer them from one blockchain to another blockchain, for example, like you're playing on a PlayStation, you're playing on an Xbox One. Can you swap interchangeably items between Xbox and PlayStation? Not that I'm aware of, maybe you can, but this is where NFTs are going to come into play, especially by using the Polkadot ecosystem. So although Polkadot has many top-notch features such as scalability, speed, governance, and upgradability, it is the interoperability feature that is the most relevant for Exceed Me. Their platform is also going to have the ability to interact with external blockchains like Ethereum, Bitcoin crazy, and many others. This is powered by Polkadot's bridges, technology that obviously allows the parachains to seamlessly communicate both internal and external-wise. Imagine walking around, they say, in a virtual world purpose-built for enabling NFT operability and interoperability within the platform. Operability meaning users can actually use their assets inside the world, and interoperability meaning the assets can come from any game, from any chain. So for everyone saying I don't talk about altcoins, guys, I like to bring you these projects before they are even big. This isn't even out yet. They haven't even started their public round. It's not even on exchanges yet, okay? So I'm not saying go out and buy it, but what I am saying is do your own research. This is something that I'm looking at. So, the idea, if you want to make money on the altcoins, you have to get in early. That is the secret. That is the key. So this is a project that I'm looking at, guys. Obviously, Please do your own research. Don't just buy anything because I like it, okay? I may like something and it may totally be a horrible idea. That might not work, but I just see a huge opportunity for NFTs, interoperability, Polkadot ecosystem. I mean, I think this is just the beginning, but that is it for me today, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. Hope you're enjoying this crazy all-time high that we just continue to have on Bitcoin. And like I said, you know, right now it does look really good compared to the US dollar, but if you do switch it to Bitcoin, you notice that, you know, Chainlink is outperforming Bitcoin today. Ethereum is slightly outperforming Bitcoin. VeChain, Neo, Tezos, EOS, IOTA, Zilliqa, and a few others. Wi-Fi. But yeah, I mean, the majority of the altcoins are not. XRP still kind of having a rough day. But yeah, so let me know what you guys think. Do you think this is the top? Do you think we're topping out? Or do you think that we're just entering the next paradigm shift of Bitcoin? I personally think you could see, you know, what if nations start getting involved? What if you have countries start buying Bitcoin, right? What if they look at their dollar balance and are just like, you know, the dollar's falling by how much percent? It fell by 4% alone, I think, in the month of July, right? Where we're having an annual of 2 to 3%. This is not sustainable. Meanwhile, Bitcoin continues to grow, has plenty of room to grow for a market cap. So just think about it, guys. Imagine once the actual countries start really getting involved and using Bitcoin as the default currency. Will it happen? I actually think it will. I don't think it's that far-fetched. Not to say it'll be globally accepted, but I do think a handful of them eventually will switch over to Bitcoin. You know, some of these guys like Venezuela, Chile, you know, Argentina, right? We've seen them having that hype. Turkey having hyperinflation. So that is it for me, guys. Thank you for coming back to the channel. If you are interested in winning a Ledger Nano S, despite the fact that they did have the leak of their data, Ledgers are extremely, you know, legit. They are amazing hardware wallets. I mean, as long as you don't give your private key away, they're safe. We do give one away every Monday. If you want, today's the last day to enter for that. Also, be sure to check out, like I said, the Bybit tutorials if you're interested in trading Bitcoin. Also, if you want to trade altcoins and other things like that, I do have also FEMX and Prime XBT in the description, in the links below. Check it out. Lots of opportunities for you guys to make money out there. And obviously, if you use the links, you are helping to support the channel. Thank you so much, guys. I do appreciate it. We do make videos for the most part every single day. That's it for me. My name's K-Dub. This is CryptoZombie. Until next time, stay crypto. And of course, peace out.